guys, so today I am doing a tutorial with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. Woohoo! I have had this palette for a minute. I was actually like one of the first shipments that went out. I don't know why, but I got my palette like before anybody else that I knew. So, haha. But it took for me forever to film with it, so it was kind of pointless. But I'm sure you've seen this palette a million times. It's all over social media. We know the drill. Today I just did kind of a more neutral, bronzy kind of look because these are the tones that I love. They're the kind of tones that Jaclyn loves, and they are like the majority of the palette. So it's kind of what I wanted to just jumpstart everything with. I have intentions of doing more tutorials with this palette because I love this palette so much and I feel like it has so much variety in it. You can do so much with this palette. So yeah, I just like want to like quickly mention and like get out of the way that I love Jaclyn and I love Morphe, both of them. I've watched Jaclyn for years and years and everything she recommends I love. I've bought most of her collaborations and I love all of them. I have a lot of stuff from Morphe, a lot of palettes and a lot of brushes and everything I love from them. So I know there's controversy, but if you're on the fence, that's how I feel. Obviously, nobody knows who I am as I'm filming this right now. I think I have 103 subscribers. So obviously nobody cares about little old me. So this is just me telling you because that's just how I feel. So anyways, if you did not pick up this palette, I would highly recommend it. It should come back in stock. I don't know when, but eventually, you know, it'll be all over the internet when we find out. So yeah, if you want to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. Obviously, I already have all of my face makeup on. This is kind of my no foundation routine, which you will see in my next video. So if you have any questions about my face makeup at all, you will see that in the next video. The only thing different I did today was add a blush. This is from Tarte. It was in a collection, in like a set. And it's in the shade Vibrant. I don't think that they make this separately, but that's just what I'm wearing on my cheeks right now. That's the only difference from what you will see in my next video. So I'm going to start with the palette. The only thing, well, I love that she named the eyeshadows because none of Morphe's palettes have names of the eyeshadows, but they're not on the palette anywhere. They're on like a card that comes with the palette, which is kind of annoying to me because I'm gonna have to like look at the card and whatever. I guess it's not that big of a deal, but I will be reading off of this so you guys know what shade exactly I'm using. So I'm going to be starting with Silk Cream. This brush is a Morphe M532. And I should probably zoom you in, huh? So this is obviously just a big fluffy brush, and this shade is clearly not too different from my skin tone, which I always love to start with a shade that's only slightly darker than my skin because it really helps to be able to build up your crease. It really helps to be able to build up your crease to a darker color, but help with a really smooth transition. I cannot talk today. So next I'm going to be taking this shade, which is Creamsicle. And I'm just going to use the same brush. I'm going to try to keep it a little lower, but I don't really care that much because these colors are pretty light. But I'm just doing this to add a little more warmth in the crease, a little more orangey tone in the crease. Next I'm going to take the shade Pukey. I keep getting the bright colors on my hand. I know some people don't like that she named this shade Pukey. I kind of think it's hilarious because that's how I always refer to this color too, is like a puke color. And I guess maybe I do get it from Jaclyn, but I think it's funny. My camera just stopped recording, so if there is like a weird transition there, that's why. But I'm still just putting on Pukey, and I'm putting it on with a Morphe M433 brush. I am just going to take this shade, which is Jax, and I'm just going to use the same brush. I'm going to be slightly light-handed with this shade because it's pretty intense, and I want to keep that upper crease still pretty orangey. I'll just go back in with my big brush, of course, and blend the edges. I'm going to take this little tiny brush, which is a Morphe 506 on this shade right there, which is called Chip. So I'm really just going to keep this on the outer corner. I like this brush because it's super tiny, but I feel like a lot of brushes that are this small are a little bit more tightly packed, and because this is a little more fluffy, it blends out the color really well while I'm putting it on, but it's also precise at the same time, which I feel like I don't get that in a lot of brushes, so I appreciate it. And blending out the edges with the M433. So I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called SBN, and I'm just going to take it on a flat shader brush and pack it on the lid. I'm just going to hop over to this shade next to it called Obsessed, and I'm just going to take this and pack this kind of on the inner corner and like the inner part of the lid. To kind of blow out the lower lash line, I'm taking Pukey again on this Morphe E17. I have this little tiny pencil brush, which is an E36 from Morphe again, of course. And I'm just going to take Chip again and just keep it really close to the lower lash line and kind of connect it with the outer corner on the top lid. I'm just taking the big fluffy brush again, of course, obviously, that's how I roll. Just kind of like smashing it all together. We're gonna see what happens. I'm going to take this shade Firework right there, and I'm gonna take it on this M433 so it's not super pigmented and metallic, but just kind of like getting a little wash of color right here. Just because I want it to be a little more warm, I guess, over here on the lid. I'm going in with same brush, but taking SBN to kind of like blend the two together. So for eyeliner, I'm going to take the Inglot Gel Liner in 77. Sorry, I'm making a ruckus over here. And I'm going to take this little skinny liner brush. I just got this on Amazon. I'm just going to make a straight across line with this brush. I'm just going to take the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara and coat my upper and lower lashes with this. This is always the moment I decide how I feel about my makeup. Sometimes I feel like I don't even know what it looks like until I put mascara on, and then I'm like, oh, there's my eyes. So I am going to put on lashes today, and I'm going to use the House of Lashes Iconic Lights, which have been like my favies. So for lips, I'm going to keep it neutral, obviously. I'm going to use the Anastasia liquid lipstick in Stripped. Yes. I'm just going to lightly put it on because I'm not feeling like a matte lip today, so I'm just going to go over it with the Marc Jacobs lip gloss in Sugar Sugar. I always try to memorize the names, can you tell? This has been my favorite gloss lately. Alright guys, so that concludes today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next one.